The city never slept, and neither did Ethan Montgomery. At 38, he was a business tycoon, owner of a fortune that could buy anything, except what he truly desired. Women were always around him, but none could quench his real thirst. Ethan wasn't looking for just beautiful, submissive bodies. He craved a transcendent experience, something that would challenge and teach him about the deepest pleasures of life. That's how he met Olivia Davenport, a mysterious, refined woman with a confidence that few men could face without hesitation. She wasn't an ordinary escort. She was an expert, a guide through the paths of desire. Her clients were select, handpicked, and she never accepted anyone who wasn't willing to fully surrender. Ethan found her through an influential friend who assured him that Olivia was unlike any woman he had ever known. Curious, the billionaire arranged a meeting. When she appeared in his luxurious penthouse apartment, her presence filled the room like a storm about to break. Olivia was tall, slender, with piercing eyes that seemed to decipher him before they even exchanged words. "Do you know what you're asking for?" she asked, crossing her legs and studying him with a slight smile. "I want you to teach me everything," Ethan responded without hesitation. Olivia tilted her head, assessing him. Most men thought they knew everything about pleasure, but few were truly willing to learn. She stood up and walked slowly around the room, analyzing every detail of the space he lived in. Expensive works of art, custom-made furniture, the latest technology. "Pleasure begins in the mind, Ethan. If you want to learn, you must be willing to strip away more than just your clothes," she said, stepping closer. He felt the tension between them rise. Ethan wasn't a man who usually surrendered control. Something about the way Olivia moved, the certainty in her voice, made him want to follow her blindly. She traced an invisible line over his chest, with a touch light enough to provoke, but not to satisfy. "Tonight you are not in control," she whispered. "Are you ready for that?" Ethan had never been dominated by anyone, not in business, not in his personal life. But at that moment, all he wanted was to surrender to the unknown. The following days were a whirlwind of new experiences. Olivia didn't just touch him, she taught him how to feel. She showed him that pleasure wasn't just in the act itself, but in the slow build-up, the anticipation, the control of his own breathing. He learned to use all his senses. Each meeting was a new challenge. Olivia made him wait, teased him with glances and whispered words that drove him to the brink of madness. Ethan, who had always had everything at his fingertips, discovered the power of truly desiring something. One night, after a dinner filled with wine and intense conversation, Olivia took him to a new level of surrender. She blindfolded him and guided his hands over her body, teaching him to explore by touch, to understand reactions without seeing. When she finally allowed him to see her again, the desire between them had transformed into something much deeper than just lust. Ethan realized he no longer wanted just to learn from Olivia. He wanted to have her. But that was the one thing she could never give him. "Our time has a limit," she said after another intense night. "Pleasure is in the experience, Ethan. And experiences must have an end to be unforgettable."